Hi guys, I am Akhil and today I am going to explain you how my project works or the basic functioning of this hardware which is used to protect an area. This uses a sensor, Arduino UNO board and a GSM module as the basic components, and the other wires and the USB cable adapter which are also used. And this project basically is all about safeguarding a private area. So it's very important to safeguard an area, because whenever it comes to the national status, like if you have a private zones of our army, it is very important to safeguard them because they cost to the national pride. So now presently how are we protecting them is that there is a mankind, like, or a human or any other one, like a group of people standing over there with their guns, who are armed over there, and they protect the whole zone, moving all around the zone and protecting that from the intruders. But that's too expensive, because all of them must be maintained there day and night. The food and everything, all the guns and everything, whatever they require must be sent. And it's not sure that every day there will be an intruder. Like somewhere at some time they have an intruder, and for that we need to spend a lot on them. So using this system, we can make a cheaper or a low expensive system that is used to produce a message alert whenever there is an intruder. The basic concept is like you have a microcontroller Arduino board and a GSM module which is used to send the messages, and a sensor. The basic theme of this is to protect. So the sensor which is over here, it's a PIR sensor, and it is used to detect the presence of any intruder, and it is connected to the microcontroller Arduino. And this GSM module sends a message alert whenever the Arduino controls requests it to send a message. And so we have a proper code for that also. And the first explaining about the microcontroller which we use, this is a Arduino UNO board, and this side over here we see all the 14 pins available, and this side we have the here you can see the TX and the RX pins all over there. And this is the Arduino cable which is used to connect the Arduino controller board to the laptop or the system which you use to code it, or the software is developed to control or the base of the micro system which you use. And so this is the GSM module. The GSM module is 800A. Basically we have three different kind of bandwidths which are used for communication: 850 GHz and 900 MHz and 1600 MHz, which are used in different countries or different places in the world. Like in India we use the 900 MHz bandwidth for sending messages and communication. Message in the communication. Like in US they use the 850, and in Canada especially they use the 1600, and else all other places they use this 900 only. So this 800A GSM module supports all the three bandwidths, so it can send message wherever it is used. This can do that, like the work can be done. And this is the adapter we use. So coming to the basic introduction of each and every component, this is the PIR sensor which senses about the presence, and here we have two nodes basically which you can see, one which controls the temperature presence over the area, and the other is for the messaging alert. It senses the temperature can be altered. Using this node, whenever you alt the temperature change which it grabs will be altered. And this one, the other one is for the feet, like how much feet are you supposed to sense. Like the maximum of this sensor is 20 feet. Like you can adjust it between the minimum and the 20 feet, like wherever the distance you want to make it, or you want to restrict the people into your zone, you can do using this. And this PIR sensor, basically it have two values, like the high value and the low value. High value is 1 and the low is 0. Like whenever there is a presence near this PIR sensor, it actually calculates the temperature difference. Like whenever there is a presence, it's infrared. It uses the infrared or heat which changes the which is basically on the temperature difference. So whenever a human or an intruder, animal or something comes into its zone, it depending upon the infrared radiation, it plots like there is some presence and sends a high value to the Arduino. And to send to the Arduino, we need to connect this to the Arduino board. So we connect this to the pin 2. You see here it's pin number 2, where we connect the PIR module to the Arduino board. And this is a GSM module which is used to send messages, as told before. And behind that, here we have a SIM slot where we are supposed to keep a SIM which sends the messages. Like in the code, we save the numbers or the register numbers for which we are supposed to get the message, and this SIM is used to send the message whenever an alert is sent by this. And the basic connection between these two is the RX and the TX pins. Like we have two digital pins over here in the Arduino board, RX pin and the TX pin. RX stands for receive and TX for transfer transmit. Like the RX pin of the GSM module is connected to the TX of Arduino, and the RX of Arduino is connected to the TX of GSM module to maintain a proper connection between them. And these are connected for the power supply and other. Here you see they are connected to the plus 5 volt ground. The ground of a GSM module is connected to the ground of Arduino board. And now we need to make the Arduino board as a medium of interface between these two, PIR and the GSM module, because whenever a PIR senses something, it sends a high value 1 to this, and whenever the Arduino board gets a high value 1, it transmits a message to the GSM module that we have got a high value and we are supposed to send a message. And whenever the GSM module receives that alert, it uses the GSM SIM which is inserted into that behind over here, this one, and it sends a message to the registered numbers, and so it returns back that the message has been sent to the Arduino, completing the process. So whenever there is a continuous intruder, when there is a continuous disturbance in the area which is to be protected, you keep on getting the messages so that you can become alert and you can take the required actions or the supposed method to protect the areas. And so as the microcontroller is to used for the interfacing these two, we need to code that, like the software must be developed to that in a way that it controls both of these. Coming to the software, this is the code which we use. Here we define the gprs.h, which is for the GSM module, and the pin 12 to which it is connected, and the phone number, the given phone number is that for which we are supposed to get the message, and GSM 0, and these are the sort RX, TX, like pin number 10 and 11 to which it is connected to the microprocessor, that is the Arduino. And this is the byte stress detected. Like this PIR module works completely on the stress. As I have told, infrared radiation, whenever there is increase in the stress at that particular zone or the temperature value increases, it sends a alert message, like it sends a high value to the Arduino. So here we see stress detected and byte sent message. All of these are the basic coding thing which you need to do. And here we use a serial messaging. Like serial messaging, both the RX and the TX pins are used for, these two pins are used for the serial messaging using the GSM module. And in this alert system we basically use the serial messaging. And here you can see the code. Serial begin 9600 is a maximum number of bytes that can be sent by a serial communication or a serial system. Basically the GSM uses the serial communication, so we connect them to the TX and RX pins. And you can see if send message, phone number, and the message, like the phone number which you have given here at the top, there you go, that number, it sends a message to that particular number. As seen here, the phone number, you need to send the message which is saved here. The message to be sent is intruder detected. So whenever it gets a value, it sends. And if like the serial print message sent, whenever the message sent, this gets the signal that the message is sent, the system stops sending messages. Like, yeah, that's what this is, the delay, like the minimum delay which the system stops, because that is the delay given to start restart the process. Like after that, if it senses again, it sends a message again. That is what here basically happens. And serial print, stress pass detected, these are the basic things which are. And here you see digital pin to interrupt PIR. So this PIR